Hello and welcome to day 63 of the 100 Days Challenge. Today I continued with the Maze Rush game and I spent quite a few hours, so I've been for more than 2 hours, maybe 3, to work on the transition between screens. So we were in the point that we had this countdown added yesterday where we saw the time we had to start the level. Now we added the countdown once you are inside the level, that just a kind of a copy paste, and then also the transition between them. So if we just navigate here and we play, we can see I've put the time to 1 second, the initial countdown, because otherwise I would be spending too much time while debugging. So I click, you can see I only have one level selected, so when I click I have 1 second, go, and I have now 10 seconds to reach the point. If for any reason I just don't reach it, so you can see here 2, 1, on the background it says time over. It still does not happen anything, but if I refresh and this time I make it, you can see that I have now the other behavior controlled. So in the other case, you can see that the first one counts as complete and I have the second. And I also store that information, so if I just close and I play again, I have the state stored, so I have the status on which ones I uploaded, I passed, so the same for 2. However, what I found is that if I play the first one and I just finish by running, the next time that I open immediately the next level, the player is moving alone, so I don't know why. I'm not touching anything and the player is moving, so this is something I need to fix, because in this case that it is kind of a rounded level, it just passes. I only have 2 levels implemented, so if I press on the third it will fail, I guess. Yeah. And to do so I just created a main global controller. So from the project settings I created globals, that is this global controller and can be accessed through all the application. This global controller basically exports a game property, and this game property is game data that only has for the moment current level. Maybe in the future it can have lives, etc. So what it has, it's also a route to where the file can be saved, and then a save game and load game. So that way every time I click on save game, it saves it in this route, and the load game, it takes the global controller information based on the things loaded from the route. So since we know that everything is handled from the menu, then if we go to the menu here, the very first thing we do on ready is to load the game. Then whenever we are onto the level and we complete the game, then we just have here a save game with the new updated status on which is the current level. So with this, the current level is also used on the maze builder to know which ones are intended to have which status. So let me find where it was. Not in here. Actually, I think it was in the level itself, so I'm a bit lost to what I'm looking at right now. I was trying to look where do I put which kind of button. So that is the level canvas. So in this level canvas I just have the place where I iterate over the buttons, and here on the top itself, if the level number is below the current level, so this current level is red on the top from the global controller. So this way we also ensure everything is here, and when we load the game we load this state with whatever we have in the file, and also we update it to save in the same file that we later reloaded. So with those things I basically did all that. Also something that had me fighting a bit, well, then we have this game controller that we set, and the global controller only has the status. The game controller is the one that saves and loads the game, and this game controller it's injected into a node of type node basically that has this script attached. It's created here in the menu and also in the main. So this game controller is the way we ensure that in both places we can call these methods that work with the files. Then on the other side, we have the global controller that has the status on which is the current level, and also I moved here how many levels we want to put, this max level, and which are the levels. Actually, I'm thinking that instead of having this max level here, what I can do is remove it from here and just look for it here where it was, here, called levels.size. So yeah, now we'll only have 2, but yet this is more realistic. So that's mostly it. Something I thought about against for quite a bit of time today. It's about how to change the scene. I tried to change the scene by adding a new exported variable that was the actual scene, even preloading it and everything, but it didn't work. So for some reasons it was giving me issues. Instead, if I was using this file method instead of the packed or the manual things that we were doing with the menu, it works. So I'm not fully sure why, but it works. So now the next steps would be to actually fix that weird behavior I showed about the player moving when I start the next level. Also making sure we have a kind of pass screen and fail screen whenever it fails, instead of just jumping into the menu itself. But yeah, first fix the issue, then try to improve the playability. Let's see if tomorrow I have some time, and yeah, that's mostly it for today. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.